Xin chào cả nhà, ChefQ here, and today I am going to show you how to make canh bún. Now, to be honest with you, for the longest time, I did not know what canh bún is. So canh bún originated from northern Vietnam and migrated all the way down south to Saigon, or southern part of Vietnam. I think miền Trung, like where I came from, Nha Trang, we've never heard of canh bún. We only eat Bún Riêu, which is very, very similar to canh bún, where everything about the broth and the rieu is exactly the same. The only difference between these two is the noodle size and the veggies that you eat with it. But both of these are really, really good. It's just that canh bún is just less veggies. The only veggies it has in there is the cooked rau muống and the tomatoes, that it's a little bit more on the raw side. Now these noodles are a lot bigger. Look at this. This is the same noodle as the bún bò Huế noodles, which are extra large rice noodles. Bún Riêu has the extra thin vermicelli noodles, and the rau muống, they only use the stem of it and then they split it to make it curls and they eat that raw. While the tomato, however, is actually cooked well done. But today I'm going to make it simple and just make canh bún without all the extra work that you have to split the rau muống stem. Alright, so let's jump in the kitchen. As always, before cooking our broth, we need to blanch our pork bones in salt water, then wash it off with cold water. For the full written recipe, visit chefqstravelrecipe.com. I'm cooking this in an 8-quart Instapot. 3 pounds of pork bones, about 2 yellow onions, 1 tablespoon of black peppercorn, 3-ounce rock sugar, 1 ounce of dried shrimp, 2 tablespoons of chicken granulated seasoning, 1 tablespoon of salt, and 2 cans of vegetable soup. Then add water to the max level. Close the pressure lid and set Instapot to soup broth for 40 minutes on low pressure. Make sure to soak your dry shrimp in water for at least 30 minutes. Then blend it in your food processor. Mix that with the 2-pound ground pork, 1 pound crab meat, 1 jar of the crab paste with bean oil, 2 tablespoons of sugar, about 2 to 3 teaspoons of mắm ruốc paste, 2 teaspoons of grounded black pepper, 3 to 4 teaspoons of chicken granulated seasoning, and about 8 to 10 large eggs. Dive right in and give this a good mix. So to make this as authentic as possible, I'm using the nước cốt cua đồng, which is the rice crab concentrate. If you can't find this, then it's okay to do without it. You just won't have that really crabby taste in your soup. Dilute this nước cốt cua đồng in 2 liters of water. Let it boil for about 5 minutes. Then turn off the heat and let it settle. You'll get this clear broth on the top. Filter out the clear water on top only. For me, I throw this away, but some people use this to mix in with the rieu, which we have plenty of crab already, so we don't need this part. Mix this crab broth with our pork broth from the Instapot. Make sure you transfer over to a bigger pot. You're going to need a lot of room to put in other stuff in this pot. In a pot or pan, add in 1 cup of annatto seed oil. Stir fry in 1 whole clove of minced garlic and about 1 large minced shallots. Then add in the pre-cooked periwinkle meat. Season it with about 1 to 2 teaspoons of chicken seasoning. Stir fry it for about 1 to 2 minutes on medium heat. Then add it to your pot of broth. Make sure to get all the flavor out from the pan. Simmer on medium heat. You can use this uncooked pork paste at the supermarket as is. It's already pre-seasoned. But for me, I went the extra way to make chả ốc by mixing the pork paste with the cooked periwinkle meat, some minced lemongrass and kaffir lime leaves, black pepper, and ginger. And using a spoon, scoop this into the boiling broth. And same goes for the rieu. Make sure the rieu is a generous portion. Then add in your tofu. Mix in about 1 to 2 tablespoons of mắm ruốc, or to taste. You can also add in fish sauce. And your canh bún is done. To cook the coagulated pork blood, portion it out to a thinner piece so it can cook faster. Boil some salt water with a few pieces of garlic. Set to really low heat. Set it in and cook for about 20 minutes. Turn off your heat and let it settle for another 10-15 minutes. For the rice noodles, follow the instruction on the package. And to get this orange color on the noodles, it's basically just color dye. I use this powdery one and mix it into the pot while the noodle is cooking. Make sure not to add too much. To prepare our canh bún bowl, you need some cooked rau muống. Just give it a good blanch in our broth. Same with our tomatoes. Now the rieu, or the crab balls that are in this, it's kind of like crab cake. It has to be like airy and fluffy. It shouldn't be like a meatball and hard, right? And if you want that bouncy texture, you got the cá or the some. Of course, I went the extra way and put in a wig, and also the periwinkle up. And I love these tofu, these fluffy tofu. These are the spongy kind, so when you put it in there, like it soaks up all the broth inside here. It's like a sponge. Yeah. Very spongy texture. Then you're eating this and you want to put more of the mắm ruốc in just to get that more salty flavor. Do so. That's what I did. But of course, to make this authentic, you have to add mắm ruốc. That is the keystone in this dish, the mắm ruốc. Well, that is it for this episode, guys. And if you want the detailed recipe, make sure to visit my website at ChefQs travelrecipe.com. All right. And until next time, happy cooking, guys. Peace.